50 things you never noticed in CSGO, and we start with Dust 2's football that you have surely touched plus moved, but probably never noticed that there's a sneaky Valve's headshot logo on it, whatever it means. You must have been at Nuke's ramp, but have you ever looked up here? It's more than suspicious. If we take a second to remember what we can see on the bomb sites, same thing, different letter, so this letter C tells us a story that Nuke was most likely meant to be the first ever CSGO's active duty map with 3 bomb sites, and this thingy had to be up here way before Valorant. A fun fact, in the HUD a knife looks bigger than the Negev, but in real, in-game life, nothing can really be bigger than this bad boy. Player shadows can be seen through the smokes even when they actually are completely hidden inside the smoke. This is just how CSGO works, and at the same time it's annoying. Isn't it a bit lovely as well? You just have to know the rules plus get used to that. You should also get used to amazing supply of CSGO skins if you use my today's sponsor Skin Baron's site, and for this special occasion, if you go on the website via my link in the video description, I have some free €10 codes for you to use. They're on the screen right now, and early guys can take that to get €10 extra credit for whatever skin you decide to buy. Obviously, you can also sell plus cash out your skins. The site is safe, owners are well-known figures, and supply is really great, so whatever skin you're looking for, you should be able to find it. Trade safe plus trade smart. There are skins in the game which have scraped stickers on them, but when you drop those weapons on the ground, the stickers will look brand new again. This is how you can bring all those oldie looking stickers back to life. Here inside Vietnam/Mexico/Underpass on Inferno, however you like to call this place, you can't see trash but rather an art exhibition, as almost everything is placed perfectly in mirror. If you shoot and quickly put your weapon away, you can still notice the calm weapon smoke, which doesn't care about physics since the gun barrel is not there anymore. Next up, Nuke, Deep T spawn, where one fence is way stronger than other. A legend says that the left one is Faceit anti-cheat and right one is Valve's anti-cheat. Now look at this sign. It clearly states that there are toilets for men, women and people with disabilities. Yet if we look around here, you can't really find a room for handicapped people. Maybe there was a room some time ago that got moved, or I have been said that rooms for handicapped people are probably inside the regular toilets, but a little examination reveals that it's not the case, and therefore currently this whole sign is a lie. The 5-year veteran coin has fancy classic knives background. We gladly take that because most of the real veterans remember the good old CS 1.6 times. I bet you have been to Overpass A bomb site and never noticed these office rooms up here with a truly wonderful view, so I guess it wouldn't be a bad place to work at. Monkey sent me a hint via Twitter that Train's loading screen and reality are different. You can clearly see the cone on the loading screen, but sadly we can find no cones from the backside area, only lots of wires. Also, if you have played Train and got annoyed by this distinctive crackling sound, it's this Geiger counter machine on top of the A bomb site that produces it, so if it really irritates you, try to stay at a distance. On Office, if you look around here, seems like CTs are already a bit late. Surely some of the workers on Train were drunk while building this place, because how else would you explain that door in connector? The handle is just everywhere and it's a true 400 IQ puzzle to open it. Maybe that's why you can't open it with your use key. Here on Nuke, some YOLO guy erased a bit of "do not to erase" message. If this is not ballsy, I have no idea what is. Alright, you can see sharp shadows on all the active duty maps, and it makes complete sense when there's sun in the sky, yet on Inferno, Nuke and Vertigo you can see the same sharp shadows but no sun. So my question is, where is the sun? Because depending on your region, you might be missing it for most of the real life year outside, and if we now don't have it in-game as well, it's just blah. If you want to do operation missions and don't want to play 2 or more games in arms race, you can do more kills with certain gun by getting knifed or killing yourself, which you can also do from console. This way you can downgrade your weapon in arms race mode and you can gather some more kills with the very same weapon you need. Just keep in mind, do not over abuse it, since you will be kicked out from the server after killing yourself 3 or more times. These things on Dust 2 weigh 50 kilograms each, that's why they do a nice job covering you from some bullets. You can make the swings move on Overpass, and they will indeed move for a very long time. My deep research showed that swings can have a weird balance, plus they can stop at rather interesting angle positions. Also, you can make them go extra wild. This board on Vertigo counts people who have suicided by falling off from the map. A regular nade/Molotov self-kill doesn't count here. Anti-counter doesn't work live, but updates itself in the beginning of each round. When you slice one certain spot long enough, it generates this weird, colorful square around the slice spot. Keep in mind that it only works in certain places with certain objects. Some walls are forever square-free. Some weird people still have no idea that there's a camera looking towards a bomb site on Mirage. It might be placed there by some of the sneaky coaches, and never know. What if I tell you there's 2 telephones plus computer at Train's Heaven? They just tend to disappear at a distance. You can see them either with the help of your zoom machine gun or when being in heaven yourself. Feel free to pick your method. Tier 4 Cache's Heaven hosts loads of free AK-47s in the boxes. Sadly, you can't pick those up, and the same goes with all the weapons inside the wall at the bomb site. You can only examine those, and when you know they are there, playing your pistol eco nearby this huge weapon gallery is just extra sad. Some people call this place Under Heaven Hell, and even Valve has marked it down as Hell. I mean H3LL. There are fish in the fountain on Inferno B, and you can catch the fish here. With guns it's rather hard to get them, but with a nade or Molotov it's fairly easy to kill all the fish. Windows here in TV room don't match at all, or that's just extra futuristic 2075 stuff. If you concentrate at those classes, I can't be the only one who sees the chicken shapes, and we're not talking about the single shape, but way more than one. T-spawn on Cache looks nice, and it might look even nicer from those balconies. The only question is, how could you potentially get on those balconies, as there are no doors but windows only? Since the map represents nearby Chernobyl area, is it intentional by map creators to mock about Ukrainian building quality, or just a mistake by themselves? We probably never get to know that. Alright, while other pistols reloading animations are made better, so the character could grab and switch the magazine for a new one, then USP's reload straight up takes out the empty magazine and puts it back in. Magically, you'll have new bullets to shoot around with. The next thing was updated recently, but it was still in front of your eyes for years, and most of you probably never noticed that for Zeus, on the top it said Zeus X27, and on the weapon itself it was written X21. Go like the video if you think Valve fixed one very game-breaking thing, and the game is finally playable now. The Operation Broken Fang shop isn't perfectly aligned. Overpass map plus pictures on a bomb site are old and doesn't represent the actual current version of the map. In fact, they are pretty different. Those very important items in the very important room close to Inferno A bomb site tend to disappear at a distance, and there's also an invisible wall to prevent you throwing your decoys or other nades too deep inside the room. Safety first. Almighty C-Set's magazine is off-centered, and again, it kinda breaks the game. A friendly reminder to not to trust water reflections. I guess you have never noticed that when someone is planting a bomb, they first put it on the ground and then type the code with the left hand, yet from a first-person view, bomb is in the air plus the typing action is done with the right hand. I don't know how to explain it. You probably never noticed how weirdly can those graffitis work. Sometimes it's impossible to spray them symmetrically. Sometimes you can get 3 out of 1. And sometimes you are able to spray them underneath some blocks/objects, super general. The Negev's description has a spelling error, since suppressive actually goes with double P. Here's a mystery for you: 3 doorbells and 2 mailboxes, so one family just straight up misses all the important discount leaflets. CTs and Ts are built different. For example, in the main menu, CT holds a pistol safely, the finger doesn't touch the trigger. On the other hand, T is playing with fire as he holds the same pistol with a finger on a trigger. Small details at their finest. On Train, all those wardrobes are locked, except one, yet you still can't open it even with the Negev, so lock or no lock makes no difference, plus we can only imagine what could be inside those wardrobes. If someone tries to tell you Dust 2 has no chickens, then just show them this chicken. Here in T side of Overpass Connector, you can generate 3 types of sounds when going through this area. Firstly, the regular, then metalish, and the brightest one. Shadow Dagger's animation will shake your screen when you take them out. It's also the one and only knife that does that. There are loads of bicycles on Inferno, and this bicycle on the wall has a very futuristic backside. Map Lake is obviously well known for its phenomenal lake, but if you would put your shadow settings to low, it kinda becomes Map Non-Lake. Water physics plus sounds remain the exact same though. The defuse kit has the bomb code written on it, 7355608. There's cafe Mitte on overpass with nicely presented menu out here, plus the main area looks very nice, but how could people potentially come and sit here on the second balcony since there's no door to enter here? What a waste. This river on Nuke isn't really a river, it's fake with a lying deep water sign in front of it, as that's how deep it is. You can't really dive, you can't really swim, the only thing you can do with this water is to stand/walk on it, and people think it's supposed to be hard. Also, you probably never noticed that we have already covered over 50 things in this video. Unless they fix it soon, your buy menu will show that you have maximum 1 flashbang even when you actually have bought 2. And I actually have 2 YouTube channels, both waiting for you to subscribe with bells on, and we all know right now is an amazing time to do so. Do it now.